Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof, and today I'm here to say one simple thing to all of you. Learn to drive! Seriously, okay? Objectively speaking, driving is the simplest thing in the universe. If there was no one else on the road, you're doing it by yourself, there is nothing to it at all. In fact, it's one of the most boring things you can do. It's romanticized in film and TV and everything as this, extension of freedom and, youthful, whatever the fuck else. But driving is boring, okay? There's nothing to it, and so many of you cannot do it to save your lives, and unfortunately, that's what's on the line. Every day I go to work, every single day. I turn on the radio as I drive to work. I get in my car, turn it on, radio goes on, away I go to work, okay? And inevitably, nearly every time, I will hear the news say, and there's a traffic jam on such and such road because some fool got into an accident. Nearly every day. Why is it so hard? Okay? The rules are simple, they are laid out for you. In fact, if you forget them, they're all over the road. There's signs, there's lines, you can figure it out. But for some reason, y'all don't want to. You would rather die. And I don't get that. So today, I'm gonna go over some things because apparently you need it spelled out for you. You may have seen this sign, and I don't know how anyone out there can screw this up, but apparently they are. Allow me to spell it out for you. When you see this sign, it's very simple. What you do is you stop. Okay? Do you need that broken down for you further? What you do is you bring your speedometer down to 0 miles per hour. Not 1, not even 4. That sign doesn't mean you slow down as you look around and go. No. What it means is to stop. Okay? Just like those big red lights on the traffic signal. That sign means to stop. Please. That is so simple, yet so many people fuck it up. Similarly important is this sign. This means you are to yield. What that means, okay? I'm sorry, some people might not know the word yield. It may not be in their lexicon. It means that you do not have the right of way. It means you need to wait for the other cars to allow you passage into that lane or into that part of the road, whatever is happening at your specific junction. It means you have to wait. It doesn't mean bust your ass in there. It doesn't mean to speed up. It doesn't mean to cut people off. No, it means the other people need to allow you entry. You have no right of way. Yield. And thirdly, a very, very important sign that apparently no one gives a fat fuck about unless there's a cop around. Because when a cop's around, everyone obeys this sign because they know they're doing something wrong. They know it. But the moment the cop's out of sight, they're breaking it again. This sign is called the speed limit sign. There is a reason for this sign, because everyone needs to be moving at about this speed. If people are going too fast, too slow, you are creating chaos on the road and increasing the probability of accidents. You are doing that. You are causing accidents by going too fast, too slow. In fact, let's break down the etymology of this sign, okay? Let's break it down. The first part of it, speed. Speed is defined as the rate at which someone or something is able to move or operate. Okay? Part 2 of that, limit. Limit, a point of level beyond which something does not or may not exceed or pass. So let's put those together. All right? Let's put those together and let's say that this sign means that, let's say it's 55. Okay? This sign now means that The rate at which someone or something is able to move or operate is 55 miles per hour. And 55 miles per hour is a point or level beyond which something does not or may not exceed or pass. Okay? I don't get it. I mean, we have a highway nearby. The speed limit was 55 forever, okay? People were going 70. So they increased the speed limit. Why they did it, don't know, but they did. They increased it to 65. Now people are doing 85. Why? Why is it so hard to do the speed limit? Why do you need to increase the risk of yourself or someone else getting hurt? I don't get it. Someone explain it to me. Another rule that the road lays out for you. It's right there. Okay, you can't miss it. There are lines on the road. Another simple rule that if you followed it and understood it, there'd be no problems, okay? Let's break it down. If you see a double yellow line in the middle of the road, solid yellow line, that means neither you nor the people in the oncoming lane are allowed to pass anyone in front of you. If someone perhaps is going too slow and you don't like it, no, you cannot pass there because it is not a safe area to do so. There may be hills, there may be something else obstructing your view, something that, or some other reason that you should not pass there. Obey that. You can pass, however, if looking at the double line, there will be a solid line on the side away from you, but a perforated line on your side. That now means you are allowed to pass. If you feel the need to, it is a safe area to pass, provided there are no cars coming the other way. If you see a solid line on your side and a perforated line on the other, that means look out, because someone else on that side, on the oncoming traffic side, may be passing someone on their side. So you need to be cautious in those areas, okay? Pay attention. These are simple. And when there's just a perforated line, that means both sides are permitted to pass at that point. Permitted, it is safe to do so. I don't know why I'm here explaining it, but so many people apparently don't know these things. Okay, those are the simple rules of the road, the things that the road lays out for you, all right? Now let me go into the things that I see people do that drive me up the wall that aren't, I guess, necessarily spelled out for you, every day. Let us start with the simplest thing, okay? Something we can all do, and it will all increase everyone's chances of survival by a bajillion times over, okay? Put the goddamn cell phone down. For the love of God, why do you... What is so goddamn important? You're sitting there, I'm driving my car. Your eyes aren't on the road. Okay, I drove with somebody once. My car was busted, all right? I needed somebody to drive me to go pick it up. This person, I'll say no names, he picks me up, I get in his truck, off we go. This person, he comes over to my house, or at least he did, we're hanging out, and every time I turn over to look at him, yeah, right. So naturally, this person, we're driving down the road, and I'm not looking at him. I'm watching the road, I'm thinking to myself, God, I have to pay so much money to get this car fixed. I look over, his knees are up, holding his steering wheel in place, and he's doing this, going down the highway. I mean, are you serious? I had to yell at him. He pulled over his car because we had to have a fight about it because I didn't want to fucking die. What is wrong? And people sitting there holding their cell phones to their faces as they're driving. And the even worse, they have their cell phone like this as they're driving. Yeah, because you can totally look around and pay attention to your surroundings when you're doing that. I mean, as easy as driving is, as simple as it is, you cannot predict the people around you. You need to be vigilant of everything around you. You need to be watching what you're doing. And if you're sitting there playing on your cell phone, you're going to fucking die. I haven't died yet, and I play on my cell phone all the time. I play Pokemon Go. You know what? When you die, fuck you. You will not be a loss. Because you decided that playing a game is more important than not only your own life, but the life of other people. And that I cannot fathom. Okay, taking things down a bit, because let's just talk about some pet peeves I have, because I've gotten myself all kinds of worked up. There's a reason for it, and I'll talk about it at the end of this video. But something that really bugs me is, why is it that when people are stopped at a stoplight, everyone plays the inch game? That's what I call it, the inch game. You're stopped at a stoplight. Stop at a stoplight, okay? Here's someone behind them. Then all of a sudden, beep, 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 beep. The light's still red, but people are beep, beep, beep. Where are you going? Where are you going? The light is red. Okay? Please someone explain that to me. That drives me up the wall. And I've actually had someone honk at me because I didn't play the inch game. I'm sitting there, there's a car, it's now a car length and a half in front of me because I'm sitting there waiting at the red light. I'm stopped. And there's this fool behind me, honk, honk. I'm like, where am I supposed to go, Bo? What? It makes no sense to me. And on that vein, tailgating, okay? This is something that really gets on my nerves. When you got somebody who's just right on your bumper, okay? Do you realize, person who's tailgating, if I have an emergency, if a deer jumps out in front of me, if the car in front of me loses control and I need to slam on my brakes, there is literally no room for error. There's not even room for error. There's no room for reaction for you not to smack into the back of me. All right, simple rule, all right? When you are driving down the road, you should always be 2 to 3 seconds behind their back bumper. What I mean, and this should have been taught to you, but apparently you weren't paying attention that day. When you are driving behind somebody, pick an object that's on the side of the road as you're driving past it. As it passes their back bumper, you count 1001, 1002. If at that point the object has now hit your bumper, or later than that, you are a safe distance. If you've gone 1001, if you've even gone 1000, and the object's already passed you, you are too fucking close and you are tailgating and you are, honest to God, about to cause problems. But it hasn't caused a problem for me yet. Good for you. Good for you. It hasn't happened to you yet. And it may never happen to you. Who knows? But why do you want to increase your chances? Why the risk? I mean, you are driving a vehicle, okay? A vehicle is so easy to kill anyone with. You can kill yourself, you can kill that person over there, you can kill the person in front of you, the person behind you, you can kill other people in the car, you can kill that family of 4 coming, in the car over there. What is why? Why go out of your way when the rules are so simple? This is not rocket science. You pay attention to your car, you check your fluids, you listen to your car for odd sounds, you get that shit checked and fixed. Even if you're like, you don't know, you're like, oh man, what is that weird noise? You better find out. This is a 2,000 or more pound metal plus plastic construction that can murder people. But you don't care. You don't care. Another thing that bugs me, and this isn't going to apply to everybody, but people who live in snowy areas or places where it does snow. This is one of my biggest pet peeves because I've been late to work so many times because of it. When you are driving your car and it is snowing out, or it has snowed and there's snow on the road, momentum is your best friend. especially when you're going down the road and there is a steep graded hill in front of you. Gravity works, my friends, all right? If the next person I see in front of me and we are coming up to this hill, and instead of giving your car a little extra oomph, a little extra something to make it up that hill, and instead I see those brake lights come on, if your brake lights come on, not even if, when we get stuck, I will have a few choice words for you, I swear to God. Damn, people are stupid. And the final bit I want to talk to you is something you should all know. And yet, no one seems to. This is the most basic thing. The thing that has been hammered into your head so many times by TV, by your teachers, by your, driving instructors. Every single person has told you this. Don't drink and drive. How simple is that? Don't drive while impaired. If you're sleepy, don't drive. Why? I've never been super drunk like I'm drunk. I've never been that drunk, but I've been drunk, okay? Never have I thought to myself, the thing I need to do right now is drive. No, that's never crossed my mind, because I remember, oh yeah, I can barely see straight. I'm gonna kill somebody. Why? I don't understand how the chips can line up in the head to go, you know what I want to do today? I've just had 12 beers sitting at this fucking bar, and instead of maybe sleeping it off or calling an Uber or just like getting in my car and just like sleeping in the chair, like, something other than put the key in the ignition and swerve onto the road. It the brain goes, you know what? I'm good. I'm not, I know I literally just had 12 beers and I've been at that bar for hours now, just pounding them down. I know I'm good. How? I don't get that. How does that even line up in your head that you could possibly be good after a night like that? But for some reason, day in and day out, people decide, I'm good to drive. You're not. And same goes for people like, I haven't slept in 16 hours. Or rather, something longer than that. 16 hours is nothing. I haven't slept in days. I'm gonna drive because I need to get home so I can sleep. You are not safe to be on the road, Bo. You're going to kill yourself or someone else. Go to sleep. Get in your back seat. Lay down. Tilt your driver's seat back. Sleep. You don't need to get home that bad. If call home, tell your wife, hon, I'm not going to be home, or your partner, sorry, in today's day and age, whatever gender or what that could be. Like, honey, I'm not going to be home today because if I get on the road right now, I might die or kill somebody. How hard is that? I don't get it. Wouldn't you rather get home than risk not getting there? I said that at the end of this video, I would explain where I was coming from, why I even decided to do this video. This was a video I had decided I was going to do later. I wasn't even going to do right now because I didn't think of it as that important. I wasn't even going to be this angry. I was just going to point out some pet peeves of mine. But let me tell you what happened to me and my family recently. My uncle was killed at the beginning of this month. After a very horrible 6 months where my father and his siblings have now had to bury their mother, their aunt. My dad just had to bury his dog of a decade, and then his brother is murdered in a car crash, head-on collision. His wife and his son made it out, but barely. They were in critical condition for a time, but they made it out. I don't know what happened. The news report simply said that the cause of the accident was that the person, not my uncle, the person in the other vehicle, a truck, quote, allowed his vehicle to cross the center line at the wrong time, at the wrong place, when my uncle was coming down the road. And he was rushed to a hospital, but he died. He died because somebody else, despite my uncle obeying the rules of the road, doing what was right, someone else decided that was beneath them. Someone else decided, I don't know. He could have been drunk. He could have been sleep deprived. He could have been playing on a cell phone. He could have been rubbernecking and looking at something, not paying attention to the road. Or it may have been a complete accident. Because sometimes accidents happen. Sometimes with no warning whatsoever, something will break on your car. It's rare. Usually your car gives you every warning in the universe. But sometimes something will just snap and you didn't even think it was going to happen. But a vehicle took his life. At the time that I'm now recording that happened a little while ago, and they will be laying him to rest within the week. That is why I made this video today. That is why I pushed it up in the schedule, and why I've been so emotional this video. Why I've been so upset. Why this became a rant and not just a normal from the horse's mouth, from the horse's face. Because I suppose this is my way of grieving. It hit me recently. I was never super close to my uncle, but I guess it always hits you eventually. And I was just thinking about it while driving, just watching the people around me, watching what they were doing, and realizing how fucking stupid everyone is. That everyone's decided that they would rather have fun. They'd rather cut people off because they think it's funny. They would rather pull out and get into the wrong lane. Instead of getting into your lane, the lane closest to you, I'm going to jump into the third lane over. When I'm turning, left onto a highway or into a multi-lane street, I'm going to get into the farthest lane. Cutting across the other lanes, then getting into the lane closest to them and moving over time. They would rather jump in front of other people who are going down the road, risking their lives and others. The people, like I said, every day on the radio, I get to listen to people who decided that driving was more important than their lives. That they would, despite whatever circumstance, being drunk, tired, under some other substance, whatever it may be, or that they're in a hurry, they have to get somewhere, that they'd rather get there quickly and risk death, or risk murder, vehicular homicide, vehicular manslaughter. They would rather risk that than getting there. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you are one of those people, if you've decided that you were just having a bit of fun, or that the rules are beneath you, that going the speed limit doesn't matter. That cutting people off is funny. Tailgating people is funny. That blaring your brights into the eyes of people in oncoming traffic is a real hoot. Or you're in a larger vehicle and you're just blaring your brights into their rear view mirror, blinding the driver. That stop signs don't mean stop. That yield means you have the right of way. That a yellow light means speed up. If you're one of these people, go kill yourselves in a way that won't kill other people. Okay? Don't put other people's lives at risk because you want to have a little bit of fun or because you don't think the rules apply to you. That's all I gotta say.